Lunchtime Live. I do love doing the Lunchtime Live. So we got some cool stuff we're going to talk about today. We, of course, have some awesome guns on the table, which we're going to chit-chat a little bit about. But I am actually getting pretty pumped because this weekend, you may or may not know, is KalashBash, which is a pretty awesome AK event sponsored by Clayco47, who is also an awesome gun YouTube gentleman. I have really no affiliation with him, except I've watched some of his content, and he puts on KalashBash. So hopefully, maybe I'll get to meet him this year, shake his hand, and say hey, and be like, yo, follow the Muzzlebrook channel. Ashton, what's up, man? Ashton, I did not forget about your t-shirt. I have it in. I just need to send it. I've gotten super caught up doing the gun wall, but Ashton, your t-shirt and stickers are going to be sent, I promise you. Big shout out to Ashton Cade for sponsoring the first gun giveaway of the channel. I do not have that gun out on the table today, honestly, because I forgot. I did film a bunch of videos featuring the Canik TP9 Elite SC, which is going to be the channel's current gun giveaway. We're actually going to do a double giveaway, why did I decide to do that? I don't really know. But we're giving away the TP9 Elite SC and a pretty awesome survival knife as well. So it's a two for one giveaway, which is pretty cool. But today out on the table, I do want to talk a little bit about this AK because this is actually kind of KalashBash inspired, I guess. We do have the Canik this is the Canik Mate MC9 Prime. Because, I don't know, I was playing with it, wanted to throw it out on the table. We got the Rifle Dynamics Quick Hatch, which we'll talk about. Fiasco Don, dude, what's up, man? I did, your machete should be on the way, Fiasco Don, because Fiasco Don was actually the giveaway winner of the Utica Knives machete. I'm going to do plenty of live streams featuring the channel's current giveaway, which is going to be the Canik TP9 Elite SC, as well as another Utica Knives giveaway, one of their survival knives that comes with like a fire starter, which is pretty dope. And then we have the Cerakoted Glock from Syndicus Cerakote. The reason why it's cool, but the reason why I kind of put this out on the table is because Syndicus Cerakote and Syndicus USA, they actually make some really awesome AKs as well. We'll actually be at KalashBash. So hopefully I'm going to be meeting up with those gentlemen, kind of give them an in-person thank you for the Cerakoted Glock because it's awesome and I really appreciate it. And also they have some really cool AKs that I am trying to get on the channel. One, because selfishly, I really want one. They're really cool. And two, because it's truly going to make some amazing content. You guys are going to love it. They have this new AK called the Orion. It's a 5.56 AK and it actually takes PMags. So that's going to be sick. So Syndicus Cerakote and Syndicus USA, the AK company, should be at KalashBash. Well, they will be at KalashBash. So hopefully I can chit-chat with those gentlemen a little bit. Last year at KalashBash is actually where I got the shovel handle stock that is really, I don't know, I feel like the shovel handle stock kind of is a staple of the channel now. I currently do have that on the Rifle Dynamics Quick Hatch with the goon taped flip mags. I think I actually posted a short on those flip mags earlier today. Jonah King, I'm working, but wanted to pop on. What's up, man? But yeah, actually, I don't know if y'all are familiar with KalashBash, but we're actually flying into Houston to go to KalashBash. It is in Texas, and they have some really awesome, it's a really cool event. I think tickets are like $120 or something, but it's really cool. Like I said, last year, they do so many giveaways. It's like unreal. I was just, this was before the channel and I was just in the front row and they had these shovel handle stocks. And I was just remember being like, I want the shovel. It's the shovel. Give me the shovel, shovel, shovel. Ah. And they threw me the shovel handle stock. And I was like, hell yeah, brother. So that's actually how we got the shovel handle stock, the collab. Got to get back to work. Have a good stream. Dude, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I love obviously, I always appreciate everyone's donations to the channel. They help me do really awesome things. They help me, really there have been a lot of big purchases that are basically exclusively from y'all's donations. Some of those being the workbench in the gun room and the gun wall as well. Dylan, what's up, man? Dylan, I actually have a kind of a question for you. So I might try and send you this link, but I'm looking into getting a PPSH 41 parts kit, Dylan. And they have a stock that comes with it. And I think it's just a wood stock. But it looks super new, it's a brand new wood stock, and it definitely just does not fit the vibe of the gun. So I was kind of wondering if there would be a way, if I did get this parts kit, maybe I could send you the stock and you could kind of old it up for me. I don't know. I've seen you do some pretty impressive like woodworking stuff. So I was just a question I had, curious. But yeah, man. So Kalash Bash this weekend is going to be dope. Like I said, really excited to meet the gentleman in person from Syndicus USA and Syndicus Cerakote who did the stripper Glock Cerakote job. So that'll be dope. Kalash Bash is obviously kind of an AK themed event, which is of course right up my alley. I do love me my AKs. They have a ton. Scoot, what's up, man? They have a ton of giveaways. They have a ton of new guns. There'll be like the PSA crank. Just basically everything AK that tickles my fancy will be at Kalash Bash. So I'm incredibly pumped to go. And I'm definitely going to try and film some content for y'all because it's a really cool event. But selfishly, I'm just incredibly pumped to go. I went last year before the channel. It's crazy the channel has not even been a year yet. But I went last year before the channel, and it was a lot of fun. I actually went with First Shot Tactical and his wife. And it was just a really fun event, man. Really cool people. They'll have, like, it's actually where I got the goon tape that we have on the quick hatch here on the mags, on the stock. Old it up. Absolutely, I can weather the stock. It'll look lightly used when I'm done. Nice. All right, so the only barrier I have to buying this parts kit is I can't find someone to assemble the parts kit. But maybe if I buy the parts kit, it will motivate me to find someone to put together the parts kit. I don't know. Nerds with Guns. What's up, man? What's up, brother? How are we doing this fine Friday? We're doing good, man. I am done with work for the weekend. I have a little bit of time, so we're doing a patented lunchtime live. I do love me the lunchtime lives. I did chest today at the gym, so pretty good Friday, man. It is raining right now, which is a little sad, but I was in my local FFL, and they were selling a Vector. So I talk a lot about First Shot Tactical on this channel because, like, he's actually one of my best friends. He's my best friend. First Shot Tactical is cool. We go way back. But anyways, why I was talking about him is he actually just got in the Gen 3 Vector. He had a Gen 2 Vector in 9mm. I have the Gen 2 Vector in 45 ACP. And he was kind of telling me that he also had the jamming issues that I had with the Vector on the Gen 2, but allegedly the Gen 3 Vectors are not as jammy. So we'll see. But the magazine was non-detachable. How does that work, Dylan? How do you load it? I guess would be my question. If you have a non-detachable magazine. We got Scoot, Dylan, Ashton, Nerds with Guns, Fiasco Don, who was actually the winner of the last giveaway. We are giving away the Canik TP9 Elite SC. I don't have that out on the table today, but actually, my goal today is to post a video of the Canik TP9 Elite SC so that we can start getting entries in for the giveaway. I know some of y'all who have donated to the channel before already have some entries for that giveaway, and we're going to keep that ball rolling. I just picked up my 4th PSA KS47 today. Can't get enough of them. They're so fun. Sorry for the random info drop, but have you gotten a chance to play with the KS47? So I am a huge fan of the PSA AKs. This is not one, but I do have a couple of PSA AKs in the collection for sure, and I'm a huge fan. The KS47, I'm not sure if I'm specifically familiar with that model, but I have the GF4. How do I enter the giveaway? Okay, so to enter the giveaway is pretty easy to do. Whenever I have the gun on a short or a post or a live stream, all you have to do is comment either your Instagram or your email, and you'll be entered to win for free. If you donate to the channel, like on the live streams or anything like that, so if you donate $3, you'll get 3 extra entries. So that's how the giveaways typically work. I'm entered already, right? Yes, Dylan, I do have your entries. They're written down in my notebook. My notebook's actually in my car right now, but I definitely do have basically all of the entries that come through the comment section. I add to a Excel doc, and then I typically just have that notebook just sitting right next to me on the couch. I don't have it today, but that's how I kind of keep track of the donation entries. It's the AR-15 that takes AK mags. Okay, I'll have to check that out, Nerds with Guns. Different from, the CMMG, what is it called, the Mutant? Because theirs is an AR-10 platform, whereas PSA is AR-15. Nice. Interesting. I definitely do love an interesting weapons gun like that. But I don't know. I guess I haven't really had my hands on that. I actually think the CMMG Mutant will be at Kalash Bash, so I'm excited to play with that. Bob, love the channel. Your channel is actually informative instead of others. I'm looking at getting my first AR soon. I'm looking at either a Ruger 556 or an S&W. Well, I appreciate the support, Bob. I love when, this is kind of my favorite part about the live streams. I get to get on and just kind of chit chat with you guys. So I really do appreciate everybody being subscribed to the channel. Oh, sorry, Fiasco Don. I missed you. Do a comparison with a Prime. Do a comparison with TP9 and the Prime while you have them both. Yeah, of course. We're definitely going to be, that's going to be great. And actually, it's pretty perfect timing because the Canik Prime actually comes out on April 15th. So I do plan on definitely doing some shorts, comparing them. I should be able to get out to the range and shoot it a little bit, of course, as well. But yeah, Bob, appreciate the support for the channel. The Ruger 556 and S&W, both good AR options. To be totally honest with you, I don't know how big into guns you are, but I would personally recommend building out your like AR-15 just because you can actually get all the little gizmos, gadgets, pieces you want off the rip instead of like buying it and replacing every single part just because it saves you a little bit of money and it's kind of fun to build the guns. But both of those ARs are great options. I'm really thinking of the MC9 Prime for a carry option. Need to get my hands on it first. Yeah, dude, of course. I always recommend before you buy a gun, if you can like rent it at your local gun range or have a buddy that has one or at least like get your hands on it at the gun store before you buy it. Highly recommend. But I actually really am a big fan of the Canik Batey MC9 Prime. Obviously, you know, for any of the gun YouTube people, take whatever they say with a grain of salt because, you know, all right, so like I got this gun for free. One of the things that I was actually kind of nervous about getting this gun for free was I was kind of like, dude, I really hope I actually like it because if I don't like the gun, I'm going to be honest and tell you guys like, yo, like I don't think this gun is worth it. But I really didn't have that problem. I do have a pretty extensive 1,000-round range review and tons of content with the Canik Batey MC9 Prime. Kind of beat that content ad nauseum, to be totally honest, because I just wanted to do a good job. It was my first, it's actually the first free gun we ever got here on the Muzzlebroke channel. So I kind of wanted to do that as my like free gun resume in a sense, so I could like do a bunch of content, do a good job, send that to other companies, be like, yo, look at all the cool gun stuff that I did. So yeah, kind of, sorry, I'm rambling, but whenever you guys are watching YouTube stuff, like, you know, obviously I have a bias towards my channel because it's mine. And I'm always honest with you guys, but like, I don't know, like when people get these guns for free and like, I'm not going to drop any names, but I know a lot of guys that like, you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can someone tell me, please? But what was I saying? All right, cool. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was getting a phone call. But yeah, man, a lot of the YouTube dudes that get like these guns, like they're kind of, like I said, I'm not going to name drop, but I know a good handful of them. They're like, yeah, this gun like kind of sucked, but like obviously I kind of had to give them a good review because they gave me the gun and I want to continue that relationship. So just like, you know, watch your reviews, take everything everybody says with a grain of salt, but I can't say that I actually really like this gun. It's very comparable to the P365 AXG Legion, which is like my carry gun, but I really have been carrying this and it is lighter, which is great. I like the grip. I love the trigger. It's a good gun, man. One of the things, I don't want to talk about the Canik this whole time, but one of the things everyone's saying about the Canik is that like, oh, it's super loud. Like, it's louder than a non-ported handgun, but it's not loud in comparison to like other ported and comped guns. So like whatever. Sorry, back to the comments here. Dylan can't own the Canik. Send me the link for that gun in stock. I'll check it out. I will remember to do that. Builds are fun. They are. PSA lower, BCM upper. That's actually a great option. I wouldn't recommend what's the real cheap lower, like the Anderson lower. But dude, you can honestly get like a PSA blem lower for probably cheaper. Do you get to keep it or is this a pass around tester? Yeah, they sent the Canik out for me to keep these, which is great because, I mean, to be totally, I like the gun, but to be totally honest, like for the amount of work and time and energy and honestly rounds and money for the transfer fee and range fees, like to send me out a gun, like I kind of need to keep it to make it worth my time, to be totally honest, which sounds a little snooty, but I don't know, like if you go look at all the Canik content I have, like there's, I think like 30 videos or something, like tons of shorts, a couple of long forms, a bunch of live streams. So yeah, this is mine, which is great, but it is actually a really good gun. How many guns do you own? Quite a few. I inherited a lot from my dad. I inherited a lot from Grandpa Mike. I inherited one World War II gun from my grandpa on my other side. And then I bought a bunch for my own, and now I'm starting to get some for free, which is awesome. So I have quite a few. Well, just ignore my call. Nah, it was my dad. Yeah, man, I'm new to the AR platform. I'm frequently to my local range. I have a Savage 6.5 Creedmoor I use as a cheap long-range gun. I have a couple of pistols, so I'm learning more about the ARs. I mean, looking at the PSA, just wasn't too sure about their ARs. The PSA, what do we call it? Saber line is pretty good. But to be honest, dude, Bob, I would probably recommend doing like build your own lower and buy the upper if you're not super big into guns. Like, the uppers are super easy to assemble, but it does require you get like a AR vice block and you got to torque the barrel. Not hard to do, but if you're not like super into building it, I would say build the lower, buy the upper. The gun wall looks great, by the way. Thanks, Dylan. I appreciate it, man. I actually did some upgrades to the gun room. And actually, I posted a video. I don't know, is anyone here a member of the Muzzle Broke channel? Because I actually just posted the very first members only video this morning, actually. And you get a kind of a sneak peek of what I've been doing in the gun room. And then I also did some build out stuff with the tactical lever action. So, yeah, so guys, check out that members only video. I only think there's like 5 members or something, but I still think it's cool to do some like members only content. So I'm going to continue to do that as well. I'm a first generation gun owner, so my family naturally believes I'm a freak. Nah, man, someone's got to start it. Might as well be you, Mr. Ashton Cade. PSAR is a good starter platform for anyone, but a build will always be to your specs and you can make it what you want. 100% agree. The Saber line is pretty nice as well. Dylan is a 13th generation gun owner. That's pretty impressive. First member, yeah, Scoot is the first member. Yeah, check out the members only video. A friend that passed away customized a rifle for George Bush Sr. Nice. It's interesting. I seen a shirt on another channel yesterday of someone who made a master key out of a lever action mounted under a Scar 17. Oh yeah, that was, I think I saw that one too. Short, not shirt. Yeah, that was, oh man, I don't know that dude's name. But I know, I saw the same thing too. It was like hey Muzz, it's me, Gabby. What's up, Gabby? You changed your username and picture? Oh, but if you guys are just popping on the stream, please subscribe to the channel, man. I really would appreciate it. We have plenty of awesome content that comes out all the time. When you guys subscribe, it really helps me out, and it's a lot of fun. We have new shorts that drop every day. But yeah, we got the Syndicus Cerakote Glock 17 Gen 3. This is on a SCT Glock frame. It's kind of hard to see, but I am running some Trijicon suppressor height night sights. We are just running the stock trigger. I really would like to change. No, I'm using my computer. Phone screen broke. I see. I'm going to go eat lunch. Don't forget me to send me the stock link. Yes, sir. Dylan, I will not forget. But we are running a Kraken, the classic Kraken Swamp Fox Kraken optic that I don't really like. But this one is the new one that's not broke, so hopefully it won't break. Thanks, that helps a lot. Keep up the work. It's helped me more than most other channels. Well, good, man. I'm glad someone's getting something out of this. We are actually running a Griffin Armament micro carry comp on this threaded barrel, which I actually do like quite a bit. Obviously it does just kind of act as like a thread protector, but it actually does have a decent compensation factor as well. Is he talking about the shovel stock? Now, Dylan and I were actually talking about, there's a kind of a long story, but PPSH 41 parts kit that I'm looking at, and they have a stock that comes with it, but the stock is like a new stock and it doesn't look right because it's, an old version of the gun. So I was talking to Dylan about like, if he could kind of weather that stock for me. And he said he could, so I got to send him the link. But I don't have anyone to build out the PPSH 41. But we'll see. Hey, Muzz, your barrel should get there in 2 to 3 weeks. I'm sending you today the adjustable gas block. Nice. Appreciate that, Gabby. Yeah, Gabby's helping me out with a, not a 300 blackout, a 308 AR-10 build. I actually do not have a 308 AR. So that'll be incredibly fun. That'll be a fun build to do. I've always wanted an AR-10, so big shout out to Gabby. He's sending me the barrel. Now we just got to get all the other pieces. But it'll be fun. It'll be a fun build out. You had me at PPSH 41. Dude, yeah, it's great. 308, yes. I know this is off topic, but how loud is the prime? Like 45 ACP loud. Okay, so I don't know why everyone is saying that the Canic Prime is super loud. I did not experience that. To be fair, I think I have a short coming out on that specifically, but like, okay, so the Canik, I'm gonna get up to show you the ports. Oh, my back. So the Canik Mate MC9 Prime does kind of have this tri-port barrel. You see 2 out of the 3 right there. And everyone is saying it's like loud. I will say I have only shot the Canik outside. I had one range day with the Canik, and it was at an outside range for the 1,000-round review. So I have only shot the Canik Prime outside. That's kind of my disclaimer. My follow-up statements are, I do not think this is a loud gun. Guns are loud. They go boom, right? I will say that a ported gun is going to be louder than a non-ported gun. So if you had this exact gun, this one has the ports, right? And you compare that like to a Canik Mate MC9 Prime minus ports, right? The ported version is going to be louder. That being said, do I think this gun is louder than any other gun that I have with a comp or a port? I don't. Maybe that's a little bit of bias on my end because like I'm even running a small comp on the Glock 17. I run the Springfield Prodigy with V8 ports, with the Hella ports. I have the SIG 226 Zev with that ridiculous comp. It doesn't sound louder to me. Now, will that be louder at an indoor range? Like, yeah, it will. A comp or a port is going to be louder at an indoor range. And to be honest, I'm the butthole that shoots this shorty AK with a 2-port break at the indoor range. Yes, it is loud. Yes, it is concussive. But who cares? I guess is what I'm saying. I absolutely think that ports, comps, breaks, especially, I mean, they're kind of my thing. I love comps, I love ports, I love breaks. Is it the most practical muzzle device? I mean, if you really care about flash signature, no, it's not. But like on my rifles, so this break, you can kind of see it's got that taper mount thread. So I actually can suppress this gun and keep the muzzle device on because of the taper mount thread. So where am I getting at with this? Is this muzzle device practical? It's a big 2-port break on a short AK. If you wanted the stealthiest CQB weapon in the whole wide world, no, the muzzle device is not practical at all, but I can also just slop on the suppressor and get maximum muzzle flash reduction. Where am I going with this? My thoughts are that the juice is worth the squeeze. Having ports or a comp, especially on a small EDC 9mm handgun, it's worth it. Because with a smaller gun, you're going to get a more snappy, you're going to get a snappier gun. So the ports help to mitigate that snap. Are the ports a little bit louder than a non-ported gun? Yes. Are they like, oh my God, this is, my ear? No. I don't have anything fancy. I don't have the electric ear protection. I don't have anything fancy at all. I am a huge fan of the orange foamies. That's what I grew up shooting, and that's what I still shoot with. So I had my orange foamies in while shooting the Canik Mate MC9 Prime. Didn't think it was any louder than any of the other guns. Now we'll get back to the comments after my rant. I need another AR-10. I'm building a 308 AR-10 also. Lower is completed, nice. I thought the Caniks are snappy in sound. I didn't think so. BDJs, how are you? Doing good, man. Appreciate you popping on the stream. If you guys are just popping on the stream, please subscribe to the channel. Hey guys, like the stream too. I'd really appreciate it. I mean, I would assume it's louder in an indoor range because it's compact and ported. Yeah, louder, but meh. John, really good gun. Very, very good gun. Very, very good time. I agree. Put some shots through the Hellcat Pro Comp and noticed no difference at all to the regular Hellcat or my G19. Ashton, in muzzle flip or in sound? What kind of AR-10 are you building, Don? I would also like to know that. Stop it with the 2T6. I need one. Yes. More laughs. Dude, what's up? Welcome back, man. From Canada again. First, it was a nice lever gun, and now you're showing off. Eh? Yeah, I try to typically mix up the guns that we have on the stream. Muzz, you should get a loudener. The 2-port muzzle brake here is definitely a loudener. I don't know if there's any dedicated loudener muzzle devices, but I like to have fun. Asher K, we were talking about the Hellcat Pro Comp in sound. Recoil reduction was an insanely good difference. Yeah, dude. I mean, like I said, man, I always am typically thinking that the juice is worth the squeeze for comps and ports and those type of things. That being said, I mean, I really do love shooting my Glock 17 Gen 3. Not that I don't like shooting this one, but my stock Glock doesn't have ports or a comp. And I'm able to shoot that very well, but especially when we're talking about like EDC guns that are smaller framed, I do usually like to have some sort of comp. Gabby says there's a break, what's it called, that makes a 5.56 sound like a 50. I don't know if I would intentionally like to go out of my way. So funny enough, I do have AKs, I do have ARs. I think that the AK breaks, although obnoxious, are not quite as obnoxious as the AR breaks. So on my 223 16-inch AR build, actually the one that I'm running with the Super Safety, I do have a Griffin Armament. It's a, what do they call it? The Hammer comp. That is incredibly loud and obnoxious. In sound, okay, there's a 360 Tactical Solutions showed like a 24% difference in Hellcat Pro and Hellcat Pro comp. Yeah, man, I believe it. It's a big port or a big compensator. Do you like the Olight Otis? I actually have zero experience with Olight. Ooh, the Greatest Ninja is in the house. Also, sub to him would be great. Who's that? Oh, up top. Cool. I'm building a PSA PA10. Ooh, 2-stage trigger, Magpul stock. I think it's the ALG stock. Interesting. Have you been next to someone shooting a Scar 17? It's like someone slapping you in the chest. Yeah, that's kind of what shooting this gun is like. It's not too bad for the shooter, but when you're, I think when I was at the range with like First Shot Tactical or something, he was shooting this and I was standing, like he was like, film me. And I'm like, so I'm filming, like standing at the side. I'm just getting hit with brass and just grenades going off at the front of the gun. It was not pleasant. But yeah, it's fine for the shooter. So yeah, man. I do think I am going to do a little bit more work on the quick hatch here. I think I'm gonna retape. I don't know. We're gonna see how KalashBash goes. Maybe I'll get inspired. But I do really like the leather wrap on the front of this gun. But I think I might take it off and do the bayonet again. I have no idea. I went to PSA yesterday. Didn't get any guns though. Good. What do we call it? Self-control. Have you tried trap/skeet? I actually used to shoot it very frequently when I was younger. Funny enough, we went to Quiet in the Capitol and I just did incredibly bad trying to shoot some trap. Get a arm spec SRS. It does wonders to reduce recoil. We'll have to check that out. Hopefully, man, could I scheme a second shovel handle stock at KalashBash this weekend? We're gonna try. For the AR-10, Don. I need to go see the new PSA store. Can't remember where it is. It's in South Carolina somewhere, but I do not live there, so I don't know. But yeah, man, pretty pumped for KalashBash this weekend. I think it'll be a ton of fun. It's always a good time to go out and shoot some stuff and kind of get some insights into what's kind of coming onto the market. And hopefully we'll be able to make some cool connections for the Muzzle Broke channel and get some cool guns on the Muzzle Broke channel. But we gotta fly out there. That'll be my day probably tomorrow and Sunday. But it'll be cool, man. Like I said, I'm gonna try and post a bunch of shorts from KalashBash. I think that should be a good time. What else? I don't know. I am actually all caught up in the comments. So if you guys drop a comment, I'll get to it right now. I almost bought a Cricket 22 just to get something, but I didn't. Yeah, man, I feel it. Oh, hey, I actually got an email today. We will be getting a pretty cool AR-9 on the channel. Why am I excited about this AR-9? Well, one, a new gun is always a ton of fun. I love doing the build-outs for the AR-9s. I love to get, gotta go, always have fun. All right, appreciate you, Maine. Gotta go, new phone is fixed, driving to Denver now. But yeah, AR-9 coming to the channel. I actually don't have an AR-9, which is interesting. I feel like that's something everybody always has, but I don't have one. But this one is gonna be pretty cool because it's sub $500. So when we get that AR-9, we're of course gonna do a bunch of range reviews and footage and shorts and all the classic muzzle broke stuff that we usually do. But the AR-9 that we're getting is literally a $500 AR-9. And I'm pretty pumped for it. It's got really good reviews. There's already a lot of content out on it, but you know, I don't have any content out on it. So we're going to do that. That's going to be a ton of fun. So AR-9 coming to the channel soon. I'm trying to build an AR-9 just for training type things. Yeah, dude, and it's fun, man. 9mm PCCs they're a blast to shoot. You can go through a bunch of rounds and you're not like incredibly breaking the bank doing it. So it's always a good vibe. Ashton Kate says, I want an MPX. MPXs are really cool. I really want the Rattler, the SIG Rattler. I think that would be a ton of fun to have. Kind of an impractical gun because of the cost, in my opinion. I could very easily, because I have that AR-15 chambered in 300 blackout, so I could very easily like shorten the barrel on that and essentially get the SIG Rattler at home for a lot cheaper. Now, it wouldn't have the folding stock, but I don't know. Well, I have a Scorpion, but I want a longer barrel. Why do you want a longer barrel? What Scorpion version do you have? I do actually really like the CZ Scorpion. Again, I do not have one, but they're really cool guns. They're very well made. I love the CZ Scorpion mags. I think that's probably my favorite part about the gun, which is interesting that the mags are. Ashton Kate says, I've never shot a Scorpion. It's one of those things where it's not anything, I don't want to say not anything special. It's not anything special in a sense where like, it's not like, oh, it's got an MP5 roller delayed system, or like, oh, it's the Vector Super V recoil, but like it's a 9mm PCC that runs, and like it runs like that. That is one that I would have no problem running as like a home defense gun or something like that, because like you're not going to get any jams, you're not going to get any malfunctions. The mags are phenomenal. Typically, actually, I think like one of the biggest reasons that I don't have a 9mm PCC is because of like the Glock mags. Now the 9mm AR, the AR9 that we're getting on the channel, it does take Glock mags. I have a ton of Glock mags. I hope it runs well with Glock mags. And for all of the research that I've done on it so far, it should. But like typically with an AR9, you're just gonna get a bunch of jams simply just due to the fact that they run on Glock mags. Glock mags don't tend to work very well in PCCs. That's just been my experience. So the biggest thing for me in that CZ Scorpion is it doesn't take Glock mags. I don't want to, historically I've had really severe issues with PCCs that take Glock mags. So the CZ Scorpion takes the CZ mags, they work great. I have the shorter one. I want a longer barrel for stuff like mag dumping. I don't want my hand to slip off and get blown off. Man, I don't have one on the table, but do like a little hand stop up front. You should be fine. Ashton says, I like the looks of the 16-inch barrel Scorpions, but the pistols look a little meh. Sell me on a 16-inch 9mm gun, because the ballistics out of a 16-inch barrel for 9mm are not like incredibly better than a short barrel. So, I mean, I would say if you're getting a PCC, I would personally prefer the shorter barrel, just because you're kind of getting a little bit of the compact ease of use, I guess, and you can kind of store it and, blah, blah, blah. A 16-inch barrel AR9, I mean, aside from like a fun little plinker, I don't think you're getting too much of a ballistic advantage. That's why I don't have one, yeah. That's what I have on there. I also want a stock and not a brace. Well, you could just SBR it. SBRing guns is a little annoying. I have a ton of my guns SBR'd, but yeah, I understand the appeal of not getting it SBR'd. I mean, it is a little like annoying in a sense. I understand, but yeah, SBRing things is fun. I love my vertical grips. I love my stocks, so it's kind of difficult for me to like not SBR a gun, I guess, if that makes sense. I might be getting a tattoo at KalashBash, so that might be fun. There's a little armadillo with an AK mag shell, so I'm kind of polling the crowd if I should get the KalashBash tattoo or not, but we'll see how that plays out. But like I said, I mean, I'm really excited to talk to the dudes at Syndicate Cerakote and hopefully get one of their AKs on the channel. Last year, I was able to cop the shovel handle AK stock for free, as well as a bunch of goon tape as well. I did have to pay for that goon tape, but they gave me a pretty good deal. I accidentally bought the wrong stock for my Vector. I got the 2.1. Oh no. Surely they'll return it for you, Ashton. Typically, companies are pretty good about being like, yo, I screwed up. We also have the Canik Mate MC9 Prime out on the table today. I actually will be carrying this gun at KalashBash, which is kind of fun. Man, if I'm getting sick before this weekend, I'm gonna cry. But if you guys are just popping on the stream, make sure you subscribe to the Muzzle Bro channel. I really would appreciate it. We have plenty of new content dropping all the time, which is a lot of fun. There's going to be plenty of content from KalashBash. I still have plenty of range footage that is not even edited. We are working on the tactical lever action build, building that out. That's going to be really cool. We're getting the 9mm PCC on the channel. We should be getting a 22 LR bolt gun on the channel, which will be dope as well, especially with the new 22 suppressor we have. I'm trying to think of like what's kind of, oh, the TP9, the Canik TP9 Elite SC giveaway is currently going on. So actually when I get off this live, I'm gonna try and edit that video so I can get that posted tonight. So that'll be dope. But I'm gonna go eat some lunch. I appreciate you guys joining the stream. Check for all the content from KalashBash. I appreciate you guys being subscribed to the channel. I appreciate everybody's help with everything. This community really, truly does mean a lot to me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I will see you guys at the next live stream, but there'll be plenty of videos in the meantime. So you'll have an awesome Friday and an awesome weekend.